Welcome to the LoveTubCast, the only podcast that loves you. I'm Jason,
I'm Matt.
I'm Jake.
and
Are you
today we've got a plethora of topics to talk about. So, y'all want to start with what we've been doing for these past 2 weeks
Yeah, sure. It's
since we
pretty
last
depressing and
recorded?
fun.
Oh yeah, it's been awful.
Yeah, fantastic.
I don't want to start. Somebody else do it.
Well,
Okay, I'll.
yeah, like 2 weeks ago or something like that, actually. Um, our other main podcast guy, Nick, he's gonna be moving out here at the end of this week to live with Jake here, and get a new environment, get his life moving, get his everything pushing. That's nice.
Yeah.
Doubtful had finals a week ago. I'm having finals now. Currently in full suicide mode, and that's about all I got right now.
You been playing any games lately, Jake? I mean, Matt?
Destiny 2 nonstop, literally, like, Black Armory just came out. I've been grinding the hell out of that. I just got the new hand cannon. Dawning event just happened, so I literally finished that today, too, even though I went out to a wrestling match earlier, so it's been bomb. I've been all over it.
Big dick. Jake, you got anything?
Uh, I'm going to for the past 2 weeks, I've just been in this really strange Elder Scrolls craze where I keep playing all of the Elder Scrolls games that I have, including but not limited to Skyrim, Oblivion, Skyrim, frickin' Arena, and Daggerfall. I don't have Morrowind yet. Hopefully, I'll change that at some point. Just switching in between like a madman, and there's no rhyme or reason, just playing Elder Scrolls games.
Rad. Yeah, finals last week. However, during finals week, I was playing a lot of Smash Bros. Ultimate. It wasn't necessarily out yet, but it's out now, and I've got my copy, my physical copy, in the mail on the way. Because I mean, look at that box art; it looks fantastic. But you'll be able to see footage of that in the background of this video, probably. Me playing with various guys from college. Mostly not my matches, because I was dead tired from finals, so I just put it on in the union and told them to record matches and took a nap. But other than that, I've been on a Bayonetta kick, Bayonetta 2, because I really like character action games, and I'm hyped for DMC5, and then Disgaea 5 again. Other than that, bad times all around. I mean, I'm back at home, which is great. However, I woke up yesterday to my dad telling me, "Hey, get up, put some clothes on. We're going to the hospital." And I held my grandfather's hand as he passed away. Big, big sad.
It is the big sad.
It is the big sad, but I'm dealing with it a lot better than like my mom and my sister. While my grandfather was more of an inspiration to me, he was he can still be that to me in death. He can't be what he was to Trina and what he was to Mom in death. Which, that sucks.
Yeah. It,
I love him, and I'm not gonna sit around moping all day because he wouldn't want that. He
Hmm.
would call me a pussy if I did that.
I'm just imagining just an apparition. You're trying to sleep at night, and he wakes you up as a ghost, and he says, "You're crying about me being dead," and you're like, "Yeah," and then he just says, "You're a pussy,"
just fucking evaporates.
and it just evaporates.
He would do.
It's like the mean version of the Stardew Valley grandpa.
But he was he was a Navy SEAL. He volunteered at a gun range until his final week. Um, he liked his guns, and he owned a computer service repair
He was a Navy
company.
SEAL.
Yeah, he was a Navy SEAL.
Did he ever call you a little bitch?
He did not. He would though. It's totally within the realm of possibility of things that he would do.
What the fuck did you just say about me, you little bitch? Freaking Navy SEALs copy pasta. That may be a dead meme technically, but that will never get old to me.
It's not dead. It's good.
It's
It's
a
a good
lingering
fucking
meme.
meme. It's a linger. It's like
Lingering meme.
loss. It'll never
Long
die.
meme.
Whenever it comes
Long
up, it's
away.
good, but it doesn't come up often.
It doesn't come up
I
often
I
enough.
also really like the freaking meme about the credit card information,
Oh, that's just
where
classic.
it's just
I need your credit card
Oh.
information.
Particular group of people. This single person needs your help, but first they're going to need your credit card information. That never gets old. I keep making different versions of it. Like I made a version. I set a version of that meme where it's the king from Fallout New Vegas trying to get Rex a new brain.
Attention, all blades. The Dragonborn needs your help, but first, he needs your credit information.
The worst part is
I'm
the
the
guys who do that
king.
on Fiverr have all gotten removed and shit for
Attention
it.
all, attention all kings. My boy Rexy here needs your help. He's gonna need a new brain, but first he's gonna need your credit card information, the 3 digits on the back. Yeah, I messed it up, but whatever. The
Probably
credit card
could.
number, 3 digits on the back, and the expiration date. There we go.
It's a Gucci copy pasta.
Anyway, it's like, but you better hurry, cause my boy Rex is not gonna last long, or something like that.
Oof.
I did it much better the first time around. I have no idea why I'm messing it up now.
Because we're recording now.
Because we're recording and well, reality wants to fuck me over like it always does.
Yeah.
So.
So, what's next on the agenda?
Wasn't it Tumblr or not?
Tumblr banning porn.
Yes.
Oh boy. Let's get rid of most of our user base.
Walmart bans in-store shoppers.
And it's not like it's happening now. It happened. I think it happened on the 17th. Could be wrong. That's just off of memory. But right now they are flagging all posts as inappropriate or not safe for work, unless they're tagged safe for work in the tags. Like the bot that's going around flagging posts, it'll just skip over anything with the safe for work tag,
What
which
the
is
fuck?
what the porn bots that are like, here, join my Chatterbait server, my Chatterbait stream.
Here,
Do you
I
want to
want
give me your credit card information? That's what they're doing to stay afloat.
I think something that's funny is that some often hear from Koi is that he would be like, "Hey Jake, look, another porn bot is following me on Tumblr." Because he would regularly have porn bots just follow him, even though, well, obviously he has no relation or correlation to pornography.
I've got quite a few following me on Instagram, but only since I've been I've set my Instagram to public because university stuff.
Yeah, I get like the occasional, like once every couple months, like one of those random pages. Just follow me. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, but
I
yeah, Tumblr's
personally
completely
have
dumb.
I've never really visited Tumblr. I've been sent things from Tumblr, but I've never actually browsed the site itself. I personally am not a big fan of social media, so
I think
big reason why I've never used Tumblr.
I think I used it quite a bit back in middle school, but that's it.
Yeah, I used it like a few times beginning of high school, but that's to check my other friend's Tumblr, because she was posting stuff on there, like cryptic about her life and stuff like that, that I was trying to learn about, whatever. Like, keep up on her, make sure she was okay, but like, I never actually used it.
Fortunately, though, we are seeing a resurgence in Newgrounds now that people are flocking to there.
Yeah,
As
Newgrounds is
a
always a good
I
site.
would. It's funny because me and Koi talked about. We were like, so you think people are gonna come back to Newgrounds now? Yeah, they're going back to Newgrounds.
good
Newgrounds
Newgrounds
is
is awesome.
Newgrounds is gonna become big again.
It's part of internet history, and it will continue to be.
Yes.
Honestly, I think some of the YouTube animators should probably go to Newgrounds as well,
Also,
because
it's
YouTube treats animators like shit.
Mm-hmm. I really doesn't
well,
like him anymore.
I do have something to say about that, but hopefully I can cover it whenever we get like later on in the podcast.
We can probably tackle a YouTube Rewind section down the
Yeah,
line.
but
YouTube is all about Fortnite now.
Jesus.
it's looking like this whole Tumblr banning porn and Facebook doing the same thing. Well, not Facebook isn't banning porn; it's already banned porn, but Facebook no longer wants you to talk about sexuality at all. It's looking like it's part of this thing called Setsa and Fosta, which
Censorship.
yeah, censorship shit. I'm not well versed on it enough to talk about it, but I'm gonna read up on it. I've been meaning to read up on it, but I'm stupid and lazy, and I decided I'm just gonna watch Hajime no Ippo instead.
I feel that.
Oh yeah, Hajime no Ippo is good. I'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah, nice. I need to get more animes to watch because I've only just been tackling those general
It's
too.
not it's not seasonal. It's 2000 anime, but
Oh, okay.
it's got 75, I think.
Oh shit.
And so I've been on the I looked at it and thought there's no way I'm gonna be able to just binge this out before the for the next time we record. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like watch an episode a week, and then that turned into me watching 20 episodes in the past day.
Yeah, I've been trying to catch up on the old Shira and the new Shira that they put on Netflix.
Oh yeah, they did put a new Shiro on
Yeah,
Netflix.
it's not bad. And I don't mind the changes they made. It's just it's too new to say anything really concrete about it. I wouldn't say it's a bad change. I wouldn't say everything they did to it's horrible. But
I don't have Netflix.
yeah, I feel that. But
I I only steal my grandfather's Netflix account to watch Stranger Things whenever new episodes come on.
yeah, I'd say the Shira, the new one, is more focused on the intersectionality portion of society right now, not actually the empowering of women. Because I feel like the old Shira did the empowering of women a whole lot better than that. I feel like the old one
Speaking of
did a just
shows,
fantastic.
I have a small topic real quick. When it comes to Netflix and other services such as that, uh, a lot of a lot of television sets, a lot of well televisions have computers that allow you to browse Netflix on them,
Mm-hmm.
standalone.
Smart
And
TVs.
I think the funny thing about it is that it's actually more viable to just use a console because this is a really big nitpick of mine, but remote controls are awful.
Yeah,
Not just the remote control, but the way that the television responds to it. It's always clunky as hell.
I
But when
agree.
you use a
Hmm.
console, it's responsive.
My
And
that's one of those smart TVs. So whenever I go over there and try to watch JoJo's on I don't know which app it was, but one of them has JoJo's Part 5 for free, so I watch it on there sometimes. It's also takes forever to update the episode listing. Like I'm so used to simulcasting and
but
not
yeah,
piracy.
smart TVs, when it comes to controls, they are behind literally every other device ever
Yeah,
when it comes to controls.
just typing out JoJo's takes forever.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep sticking with a model of regular TVs to type out stuff.
It's
I like my
awful.
old TV. I have a big TV in my old house. It's like 70 something inches. And like the remote is both a remote, but the bottom of it slides out to be a whole ass keyboard.
Genuinely, I would prefer to just have a large TV size and then connect a small custom built PC to it that's only built to run Netflix
That
and
really
whatever.
does feel more viable, actually.
Hmm.
Also, I just don't watch TV.
Yeah, that too. TV's kind of dying.
I'll
Well,
stream whatever I
it's been
want.
dying.
The only
I'll
thing I use
stream and
TV
torrent
for,
whatever I want.
the only thing I use TV for is, well, basically a nightlight for when I'm going to bed
Same.
and and I just want some background noise.
I don't even have a cable box in my room. I didn't. They gave us one for my dorm, but we never hooked it up because I didn't want it, and for some reason my roommate's TV wouldn't work with it.
I just milk Netflix
Uh,
for everything it's worth.
Although honestly, it'd probably be better if I pulled up one of those white noise videos on YouTube or something and just looped it.
My girlfriend and I have actually gotten more accustomed to listening to like different kind of stations on Spotify for like sleep, or like play pianos or like light rain or like jazz.
See, I put on
Uh,
AC/DC to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Jazz and rain sounds go together very well, actually.
Mm,
My white noise is metal.
I feel that.
Going to sleep to metal. Man,
It's easy.
I wonder what your dreams would be like if you managed to fall asleep to death metal.
I used to do
They're
that
pretty
quite often
nice.
actually. Not even that hard.
Like anytime I would go over to Dave's house, I'd just put in my headphones and put on my normal playlists.
More
Then I go to
specifically, I
sleep.
wonder what my dreams would be like if I fell asleep to death metal,
Just
because
try
my
it.
dreams are already kind of messed up and often involve violence or monsters.
Next
Yes,
topic.
Anyway, moving on.
nightmares are horrible.
All right, next topic. Oh, this one's sad.
Big sad.
Big sad. Who wants to be the one to discuss it? You, Matt. You do it.
Steven Hillenberg, he bit the dust, guys. He's gone. Just like a magic conch shell. Gone. Gonest.
And now SpongeBob is gonna be shit again.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's been shit recently, but like, it's probably not his fault. But don't forget, you guys can watch the best seasons of SpongeBob on Amazon
Steven
Prime.
Hillenberg, marine
Uh,
biologist and creator of Childhoods.
Literally the person who wrote literally the best animated cartoon of the 2000s. Like Simpsons can't
Definitely
even
better.
compare.
Definitely better than Bitch Fartman.
It's better than everything. Can't name anything better than
It's
SpongeBob.
better than everything. It is better than everything, even though it's included within everything.
Exactly. Just can't. SpongeBob is the epitome of animated cartoons.
I'm pretty sure that's a paradox. I don't remember the
What
name
a-
of that paradox, but
What about Courage the Cowardly Dog? That was
No.
pretty good.
Courage the Cowardly Dog was pretty good, dude.
Eh.
The things I do for love.
I never really got into it. I was too scared of it as a kid. I was like, ooh, spooky unknown shit.
Oh woo, spooky unknown shit.
Exactly.
Go watch it again.
I
It's
might.
really good.
I remember watching it a few times. I've probably seen a couple of the episodes. I just never
Jasmine
like
Day and I
was excited to watch
marathoned
it.
it.
In the year 2022, everyone's just gonna be saying ooh woo instead of ooh.
I mean, that's
Ooh.
that's the current day.
But it's going to be literally everyone
Oh god,
then.
no. Even the people on that one island off the coast of India.
Yes,
pedophile
Oh
everyone.
island?
no. Whoa,
Every
whoa,
human on
really?
Earth.
There's a
Oh no
pedophile
no no.
island?
There
The
is a pedophile
other
island, but
what?
I don't remember where it is.
I don't know. I was talking about the one with all the natives that killed the one guy recently. I don't know.
Oh, that's what you were talking
That
about.
island, yeah, that one.
I was talking about the I don't remember what it's called, but it's I heard about it on the official podcast.
God dang it, India, why are you harboring islands like that?
Official podcast island. The official island. Let's see. I'm not gonna find it by the end of this.
Probably not, but
But
damn.
no. They talk about going over and taking it over, killing all the inhabitants
It's probably a good
because
idea.
because pedophiles do not belong in this world.
Never. Alright, it's time for Dafo's Smash Corner.
Oh, my Smash Corner.
Yes.
Excellent. Let
That
me find all my
sounds.
notes on that.
Oh,
That
whoa.
I don't think that sounds like what it's supposed to be.
I
All
mean,
right.
if he wants to smash in the Smash Corner, he can smash in the Smash Corner for smashing all the Smash Corners.
All right. First note just says defense squad. I assume that means like I did write these notes. This is my shorthand and I can barely read it. But I assume it means people saying everything about Smash is perfect and any complaints against it, you're just entitled crybaby. Like
No criticism allowed.
So
no criticism
apologists?
allowed because Sakurai is God.
No
I mean,
criticism of God allowed on my Christian Minecraft server.
I did put him as a lawful good on my video game auteurs alignment chart that I made like last week, but and I do like Sakurai, but you can't say that it's without fault because there's a severe lack of. No, I don't think that's too much of a fault. I certainly do miss the break the target stages from Melee, and I certainly do miss home run bats, hit sandbag as far as you can, that thing, and the trophies. I I would much prefer the trophies over Spirits. Spirits mode is awful. Like I've been for weeks since the game, and now that it's out, I don't see people saying the same thing. They seem to love spirits mode, and I don't understand it. It's gotcha. Then again, most of my friends are people who play gotcha games, and I don't. They post on Facebook and Twitter about all their gotcha polls, and meanwhile I say Smash Bros. Ultimate Spirits mode is awful because it's just gotcha, and then they say, oh wow, it's a fantastic game mode. Can't wait to play more. Big thinking emoji. Oh, and then Mithra censorship. There was a big stink on V not the other day, about a week before the game's launch. So yeah, 2 weeks ago, where somebody got somebody was leaked the Mithra spirit, Mithra from, and found that she had stockings on to cover her bare legs, because apparently that gives you a better Sarah rating for your game, and they were going for Sarah A, which is the lowest Sarah rating. Sarah is, of course, the Asian ESRB equivalent. Sarah, not Sarah. Sarah.
I
But
prefer Sarah.
Sarah, yeah. Nintendo wants to get the lowest Sarah rating for their crossover fighter, which I understand. But people are crying censorship, because she was changed. A single PNG of her was changed in a game where she doesn't appear except for that single PNG. And like, who cares? Like, she looks better, to be honest, in this way. So much so that they did an update to her game that made it an alternate costume for her. Last thing I put for this was friends from the Union and B-roll footage. I guess it's like I went to the Union to play Smash. Met some really cool guys there. One of which introduced me to a professor who I'm gonna be talking to in these coming years about getting a job in computer science industry.
That's the big thick.
That's the big thick. I met somebody who, through meeting somebody else, I met somebody through Smash Bros. Who introduced me to somebody who can help me get a job. Smash Bros. Indirectly is helping me find a job. And it not simply the fact that I had Smash Bros. And was playing it, but because I had the leaked copy of Smash on my hacked Switch. Because the professor is big into cybersecurity.
But you see, Jason, it's sad to care about that thing so much.
It's sad to care about that so much. It's sad that I care.
That's a meme. It's a meme now.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Fallout 76: The Wise?
Oh no.
I think
So, is it time for this? Is it time for that?
Yeah, actually it is. That's the next point we want to hit on.
All right. Since we talked
I
about
actually want
Fallout,
to say something about Fallout 76 real quick.
Yeah, that's
do
what
it.
we're on, Chief.
So remember how I played the beta? I think the absolute worst part for me, playing it, I could look past all the problems with it as far as just playing concerned, and still be able to play the game without getting a fucking headache. But I think the biggest thing responsible for me actually getting a headache from playing the game was it simulating having a fucking eye condition. Like, I forgot what the eye condition is called, but it simulates it perfectly.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think I saw that in the Angry Joe, Angry Review, Angry Gamer, Angry. I'm having a stroke. What's going on?
Angry Joe show, I think
Angry
you're
Joe Show.
referring to.
Yeah, I'm just having a stroke over here. Where everything looks way too shiny. Is that it? It's been a while since I've seen that video.
Everything has this freaking blurry halo around it that's the same color as the object itself, and everything's blurry, and the depth of field is just fucking ridiculous.
Meanwhile, that's an actual eye condition people actually have.
Yes, the FOV was also pretty bad. I mean, that's just the same for every other modern goddamn game that limits the FOV to a ridiculously low amount.
Like 65 or 70.
I think the industry standard 75 FOV is a meme that needs to die. I hate it so much. That should
Bad
not be
fucking meme.
industry standard.
You know, it
We-
should be industry standard. 120.
120 is a bit high, but I think that's like the maximum should be 120. I think
think
that's
it-
reasonable.
I think it's a great FOV. It's what I set all my FOVs to.
Yeah, I usually set my FOV to 100 or 110. Sometimes 105. But I try to get the highest FOV that I can without too much distortion. Anyway. But you want to talk about the freaking nylon bag thing?
Oh wow.
Oh well, we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about regarding Fallout. Let's see, the collector's edition, the 500 atoms for $200.
Yeah,
The
I think for the
cardboard
refund.
nylon bag, yeah. The deceptive trade practice and investigation, the
Ooh,
influence.
what about the uninstall thing?
Oh,
The
that's
fact that
that's old news. I think we covered that. The fact that the game would
did?
uninstall
Okay.
itself.
I think so.
Not that.
Or the
but
beta.
The fact that you can't uninstall the beta because you don't own the game.
Oh yeah, if you played the beta and had it on your computer and you go to uninstall it after its launch, it will tell you no, you can't do that because you don't own the game. So you gotta manually delete. You gotta manually delete it from your computer.
Yeah, maybe even do some registry edits if you are really if you're a purist.
It is genuinely such a fucking train wreck that I think that Fallout 76 might be my favorite game of 2018. And I haven't even played it at all.
Jesus.
That reminds me of an ironic video that someone made that's called Fallout 76 is a masterpiece.
Was that a donkey video?
I don't think so, but it was major sarcasm.
It's oh, what a fucking train wreck. It's
I actually talked with my sister about Fallout 76 because she majorly likes Skyrim, you know.
I see.
And
Gross.
I'm like, okay, so Kira, what's your favorite thing about Skyrim? And she's like, oh, the companions and the NPCs. I'm like, well, guess what 76 doesn't have? Doesn't have NPCs or companions.
Or most
Maybe
of
you
anything.
can count maybe you can count another player as a companion, but I mean, what kind of a companion is someone who just eats chips constantly and you can hear them eating chips out of thin air?
And you
From
can't
across the
turn
map.
off their volume.
You can't mute them. Just
And they can't set it to push to talk because fucking Bethesda.
Yeah, did we discuss last time that
it's
the whole
almost as if
physical copy
Bethesda
is just a
has never made
cardboard
a
box?
multiplayer game.
Yeah, the physical copy. Whenever you get, is that just the collector's edition or is that just whenever
Just
you buy
any of the Fallout 76 game you buy is just cardboard. You have to download it all or
the
whatever.
disc inside
Yeah,
of
the
it is
disc
made
is
of cardboard?
yes, and the initial thing's just like a few hundred megabytes. So their whole policy is if you download the digital content within the 30-day cancellation period, you can't return it. You can't refund it at all. But the entire game is a download content. So just installing the game makes you not able to refund it because you've downloaded digital
Ooh.
content.
Good job, Bethesda. That's really how you foster a good relationship with your customers
And
full of goodwill.
It's like the ultimate trap. Want to play our game?
and
Ha!
that really
No
makes you
refunds.
wonder. That really makes you wonder how is the Elder Scrolls 6 going to be? How is Starfield going to be?
It makes me upset for being mildly optimistic for Starfield because I love space. I'm a sucker for space. I pre-ordered No Man's Sky.
No Man's
Ugh.
Sky.
No Man's Sky.
I like space. Space is pretty good.
Anything in space instantly gets my dick hard, and luckily we will be able to talk about some regarding space later. But
that is interesting.
considering that it's still going to be on the same engine as Fallout 76,
Which is on the
And
same
That
engine
engine
as
is an
everything
old
else they make.
the
that
same
engine
engine
is
that
an old
has
dog.
it
It is.
when every game that you make has the same has reused code from goddamn Morrowind, you need a new engine. You need to just make something new.
Yeah, I was about to say it's an old dog. It's an old sick dog that needs to be dragged out in the backyard and shot.
The engine is
Well,
essentially Old Yeller.
except
9mm Parabellum.
except
Old
people liked
Yeller.
Old Yeller.
That was a book. You weren't there. No one is going to get that reference except for the
Essentially.
But
in
yeah. So
jokes.
let's like cover this timeline of the collector's edition fiasco as it unfolded. So the collector's edition was what? The nylon bag, the helmet thing. What else was in the collector's edition?
The was was it the buildable Pip-Boy or was that something else being sold?
I think the buildable Pip-Boy was something different. Yeah, I think that was
Okay.
Fallout 4.
No,
But
that was the Pip-Boy that you put your phone in. That was the Fallout 4 thing.
we built
The
a real one.
the Fallout 76 Pip-Boy is worse because you can't actually use it. It's just a prop that you
Oh,
build.
fantastic.
It's like they just keep downgrading everything they make. It's like,
But
wow, it was fine the first time.
Speaking of
Let's
the Pip-Boy,
downgrade it.
actually, honestly, I really like their design for the Pip-Boy 2000. It looks nice. It's probably one of the best looking Pip-Boys I've seen so far.
But so the collector's edition comes out, people get it, and until like the very end, even today, you can still see it being advertised as the bag being a nylon bag, but people get it. I mean, not nylon, canvas bag. It's a canvas bag, not a nylon bag. But people get the bags, and it's not canvas. It's much shittier nylon. Now, most people, Angry Joe included, weren't too upset about this because they didn't get it for the bag; they got it for the helmet. But it's still false advertising. You are advertising something that players are not getting, that customers are not getting, and then whenever they complain about it, you tell them, "We're not doing anything about it. Get bent."
I will say though that it does I can see why it seems kind of ridiculous to get mad over, expecting a canvas bag and then getting a nylon bag instead.
But at the
I mean,
same time, they should
but at the
have
same time,
advertised that it was nylon,
yeah,
not at
Yeah.
canvas.
Some people probably kind of wanted to use the bag too, so there's probably some kind of,
yeah, I can kind of see how getting mad about it looks like you're trying to look for a reason to be mad rather than actually being mad.
yeah, if you weren't buying it
But
for the bag.
yeah, but
Yeah.
anytime that anything is mean boy you. Anytime that anything is falsely advertised, that is a legitimate reason to be mad.
True.
And
Especially if it's really major.
then the story only gets worse because in order to compensate for this bullshit, they decided, hey, let's file a support just file a support complaint, a support ticket, and we'll get you 500 atoms on Fallout 76, which is the equivalent of $5,
Mm.
which 500 atoms of a currency that costs nothing for Bethesda to give to you. They just edit like they just add a number to your account. It does literally nothing. It costs literally nothing to them. The only thing that
Yeah.
you can buy with that 500 atoms is a door and some succulents.
I honestly have always had a real big problem with in-game currency that you buy with real money in general for that very reason. Is that,
Because you already paid $60 for this game.
yeah, I mean, it's one, you already paid $60 for this game, and two, you're basically putting money into nothing
Trying to
when you
have a premium currency in an already premium game.
like look at fucking GTA Online where a virtual plane costs you 20 real life dollars basically, or hours of grounding. Yeah, grounding. That's what it's called now.
Grinding. And if you're already poor, then the grinding does nothing for you because you can't take the same avenues of grinding as somebody who is rich to begin with.
God,
I'm still sore about that. No matter how much I grind in that game, I will never have enough
and
money.
and here's another thing, because the game is, because for example, GTA Online and Fallout 76 are both MMOs, and you have absolutely no control over how the server interaction is. Uh, and the currency you pay for the currency to give other people your money if you want to. Because, for example, in a GTA Online, hypothetically, if I could give Jason my money, then I would have given him some money so
That way
that
I could
he could
afford to have
not
a
be,
company, and then I could actually make money.
yeah, so that Jason wouldn't be the GTA Online equivalent of a freaking hobo.
I can buy ammo, and that's it. I can't even buy new guns.
But that's only if they could not, well, make connect the currency to a real value even though it's valueless. Like that's the thing. Most things that are currencies, you can convert currencies, but you can't really do that with video games. You can convert currencies into in-game currencies, but then you keep them back because, well, the company literally cannot afford to do that.
I should play GTA 5 again because that story mode was really good.
No, that's a bad idea.
Oh, Nick's here.
Yes, he popped in.
Next year,
I'm sorry, I just heard bad ideas and I had to come.
Yeah, it was Fallout 76. You heard the worst idea of the year.
Yes. Almost as bad as sticking my dick in a functioning blender.
So Nick,
Almost.
Why weren't you at elf practice?
anyway, as far as I'm concerned, though, the microtransactions in Fallout 76 appear to be basically useless
Mhm.
and not worth it at all. Like just you pay $20 for blue, for blue.
But
Just
blue's really good looking though.
it's
That's
just
why I have a
it,
filter
it
on my phone to filter out
it's
blue light.
almost as
Yeah, me
if
too.
it's almost as if Fallout
Me too.
76 is a game that created by Vault-Tec in universe. That's what it feels like to me. It,
Basically,
it feels
yeah.
it feels like they are advertising a company which doesn't exist. They are advertising Vault-Tec in a Fallout game
What's
where Vault-Tec is fucking evil. That's the whole thing. Is that Vault-Tec sucks.
what's the next part? I've got 4 more notes here. Deceptive trade practices investigation. I'm not versed enough in law to talk about that, but hopefully Bethesda will I don't know, take some hit from that. Just because I have a huge
Hopefully they
hate boner
eat
from
shit.
I have a huge hate boner for Bethesda.
That makes 2 of
Influencers
us.
But they sell
Influencers got
Skyrim.
yeah, and I hate Skyrim. Influence in YouTubers and people similar got canvas bags. Not the canvas bags that were advertised in the collector's edition, but nicer ones. Ones that you wouldn't mind having. Ones that, you know, the material could have certainly gone to making the legit canvas bags that collector's edition buyers should have gotten in the first place. Why just so it kind of makes the argument that oh the material just wasn't available, it was too expensive, kind of a moot argument,
Because they
not
should have
mute.
thought
Because yeah,
about
they should
that.
have just said it's nylon.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
this entire thing could have been avoided if instead of advertising it as canvas, they just advertised it as nylon, or instead of giving nylon whenever you advertised canvas, you just gave them canvas to begin with.
Hmm. They should have known people were gonna fucking buy it in mass, and they wouldn't have enough to buy expensive canvas bags. So they should have just
Have you
fucking went
guys
for the cheap
brought-
product first.
Have you guys brought up the doxing Bethesda's done yet?
Oh
No,
shit!
that's the next point. Also, you would have known if you were here in the first place.
Oh, he wasn't
Yeah,
enough
yeah, fuck
practice.
But tis. But yeah, next thing, the support tickets that you have to file in order to get your 500 atoms. All of them. Turns out any person, any individual end user could go on Bethesda's support forums and see it.
Oh,
I'm actually pretty sure it was anyone who also filed a ticket could see it.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, Nick, for correcting me. See, I'm glad you're here. But
I'm glad I'm here.
any individual who filed a support ticket could see the support tickets filed by other people, which include sensitive information.
They
Such
could
as,
also, for the record, edit the tickets as if they were the ones who submitted them.
Wait, really?
Yes,
Oh,
really.
It gets worse.
God,
The plot
Bethesda, why
thickens.
are you so awful?
And it doesn't end there.
not only do they
I
make shitty
learned
games,
this-
but they make shitty forums too.
I learned this afternoon that a recent patch for Fallout 76 made the game even grindier.
What the fuck?
While fixing certain issues, such as not being able to leave your power armor, it did introduce new bugs. And it made a resource collection even grindier and less effective, which in a game where you were constantly forced off of the servers and all of your progress is lost for hours on end, that kind
Oh man. You know, I actually want to talk a couple of good games. One that came out recently, and another that is going to come out tomorrow.
You'll have the option to do that right after this. After I say this sentence. Fallout
Alright.
76 is without a doubt my favorite game of 2018. It is the gift that keeps on giving. I have no doubt in my mind that we will have plenty of things to talk about in 2 weeks. Just because of how incompetent and terrible Bethesda is. Todd Howard hasn't even said anything. He has not said a single word.
I'm just remembering the interviews where he's like, "We listen to the criticism from our fans."
He's probably hiding out in a fucking bunker right now.
Waiting for the fucking nukes.
Yeah.
He's in a bunker waiting for the nukes, and he might just shoot himself. I don't.
You'll be able to find fantastic glitches.
He's in full Hitler 1945 mode.
Yeah.
Here come the allies.
The Allies are all the people who
Here
bought
come
Fallout
the, here come
76.
the allies are here for their canvas bags.
For the canvas bags and the 500 atoms.
Anyway,
Alright, Jake, you talk about... You give some much needed spotlight to good games.
alright, so Dusk. I
Dusk?
love Dusk. Yes.
Huh,
Yes!
Dusk.
Okay,
Uh,
I can explain.
Alright.
Dust is a throwback shooter that I believe came out in early access. When exactly? I want to say a year or two ago.
Yeah, a year or two ago.
Alright, whenever you say Dusk, I hear Dust, and I think of An Elysian Tale, which is a platformer.
Same.
Furry
it's
shit.
More like
It's
Quake.
good for shit.
Oh yeah, I know it is. Anyways, this aside, it is it's a throwback shooter inspired by Quake, Blood, and Redneck Rampage.
Ooh, I
And
like
it's
that one.
slowly been episodes have been coming out. The first one came out ages ago. The second one was I don't know when exactly.
Middle of the year, somewhere.
They threw out a deathmatch multiplayer component, and I think fairly recently, as in like today or yesterday, don't exactly remember when, the
Yesterday.
final episode came out. Okay, it was yesterday. So Dusk, fuck me, is well, it's out now. It's the complete product, and it's pretty good. Most of the actual game work, like the level design and art assets and everything, are done by one guy. I'm pretty sure. Music's done by Andrew Holsholt, who is a lovely human being. He does good music. And yeah, it plays really nice. It really feels like a throwback shooter. Like the guy truly
and I would like to
cared
refer to
about
it as-
older games.
I'd like to refer to it as KKK Killing Simulator because one of the primary enemies, they look like Ku Klux Klan wizards.
Ooh, I like that.
And they throw fireballs
Yes.
at you like Doom imps.
I like
Yeah,
killing
you're just
racists.
gutting down wizards. Yeah, the entire first episode is you basically wandering around what feels like backwater country.
Backwater forest.
I do that in real life. What do you mean?
And you're gunning down guys that look like Jason from Friday the 13th Part 2,
Jason
specifically
Voorhees.
because they had the potato sack, and you're killing a bunch of floating wizards that call you a heretic, and then you shoot them and they explode in a
Heretic.
shower of giblets.
I can't wait
You
for
can
you to
flush things
live
down a
it.
toilet in the game. You can actually flush things down toilets. It's
I, for
great.
one, can't
Yeah,
wait
you-
for Nick to live with Jake. That way we can have actual good audio.
It's not bad right now.
Yes,
Yeah, right
it's
now
not
actually pretty
consistent
okay.
though.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's not
Yeah.
bad.
Good, consistent Nick.
Yes.
I like good consistent
Anyway, and
Nick.
another game, Insurgency Sandstorm, which is coming out
Oh
tomorrow.
yes,
And
we all need to get that.
I am especially
We-
excited. I'm wondering what I'm going to do because I want to buy Koi the game. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy it for myself or if I'm going to have it bought for me. And if I'm going to have it bought for me, I'm going to buy it for Nick as well. It's just I don't want to. It's just that I don't want to pay like hundreds of dollars for Insurgency Sandstorm all at once.
Yeah, I get
But
that.
I want everyone to have Insurgency Sandstorm.
Big rat.
I will say, from what I've seen and knowing, I've seen quite a bit of gameplay footage. I've been fucking following the Face Punch thread on it, and knowing the developers, Insurgency Sandstorm is fucking great because I mean, like, we've all had fun with the with Insurgency too.
Hey guys,
like,
what game is this? Insurgency Sandstorm. God damn it, no Insurgency Sandstorm trolls, please.
I don't get that meme. I'm not in the Insurgency
Dude!
community.
How do you not
It's
get
Dude.
that meme?
Oh, the Darude Sandstorm
Fuck,
meme.
The Rude Sandstorm.
That's what I was thinking about. Shit.
I hate you all. I thought this was like an in-joke in the Insurgency community, and the only exposure to Insurgency is playing it with you guys.
anyways, I do want to say that the game is on launch. It's $30.
I won't have the money. Fuck.
Okay, it's not $60. They're launching it at $30, and I'm pretty sure. Returning Insurgency player. Hold on.
Yeah,
The
my
loyalty
first
discount.
My first
Okay,
paycheck is
there
all
will be a
about Smash
loyalty
Bros.
There will be a loyalty discount until the end of March, so you get 10% off, and then if you get it within 11 hours, because that's when it launches, you get another 10% off. So it's it's
10% is just $3. So
I know.
if you have
Anyway,
both
it's not that
discount, it's just $6 off.
yeah, it's not a lot. It's 24 instead of 30.
I mean,
Anyways, yeah.
I'd rather just wait for my first paycheck coming back to my job after the semester of university, versus
I'm gonna probably wait till Christmas before I buy it for Koi.
hey Krimi,
Christmas.
Krimi,
Hey Christmas. It's
hey
Christmas.
Krimi. Oh boy, fantastic! Oh yeah, it's gonna be like actually Christmas in 2 weeks.
Yes, we are
Holy
T minus
shit.
14 days away.
we're gonna have a Christmas episode, guys.
Yo, it's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be
Fun,
lit.
fun.
I hope I
Lit
don't
like
have,
a Christmas tree, motherfuckers.
I hope I don't have to work on Christmas. That would suck.
Hope I can find time away from my girlfriend on Christmas. Big doubt.
Big doubt.
Wow.
Big doubt.
Some something I find interesting is so Matt,
Hmm.
you remember Argo, right? The
Argo.
No.
okay. Basically, it is a standalone total conversion. Okay, total conversion. I'm using that very loosely here. For Arma 3, it's basically Bohemia tried to take Arma 3 and turn it into a tactical hardcore shooter instead of a sandbox.
I think I've heard of it before.
Like it's literally Arma 3, but not a sandbox.
Which is kind of lame because they're fucking. Unless you got a bomb-ass computer, it's not gonna work too well. Because Arma 3 is unforgiving. So is the engine.
Well, I'm just looking at this, and it's kind of baffling because it's Arma, but you just have Malden 2035, and it's like it's just Arma 3, but free with like fucking out the sandbox.
Hmm.
Like, I don't understand this. Like, what is this?
It's just whack, Chief. Speaking of stuff that is free, Valve threw CS:GO underneath the bus, and CS:GO is now free and has a battle royale mode.
I will
So-
actually.
That is something out of a meme, I swear.
I see.
That sounds like a
I
joke.
stand by that as a good decision. I will defend that.
Except for the millions of Russian bots that are gonna influx into the game soon,
Eh,
or any bots.
To
in
be
general.
fair, the reason Valve did this is because they need a larger sample size or anti-cheat botnet. They've spent quite a long time working on it, and I think they opened the floodgates now.
on purpose.
You know, really wanting, yeah, on purpose.
I see.
It's
I
gotten
see.
to the point where it's not that big of an issue.
So what you're
Yeah.
saying is Valve is bad. It's bad civilization.
On purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, the
I
bots will just get
guess.
more complex to
I-
avoid the
I
bot.
think one thing that is interesting about the
anti-cheat.
Battle Royale mode is that source engine maps are notoriously limited in size, especially in Gmod, where people try to make them as large as possible, but source engine limits prevent them from making really large maps. So it's really interesting to have a Battle Royale mode where the map has to be relatively small in order to exist. So
Yeah,
I'm
it gives
wondering
it a
how that will
very-
play out.
It gives it a unique flavor from what I've seen. I haven't played it yet because for obvious reasons. I mean, I have booted into the game and walked around in the Battle Royale mode by myself. And from what I've heard from other people and what I've seen myself, it does seem like a genuinely good twist on the genre. Because, I mean, it's Battle Royale, but there's a huge focus on sort of close to medium range combat engagements. Ammo scarcity is a very big thing. There's a lot of
Also-
cool little shit.
It's also Battle
Um,
Royale mode with Counter-Strike's wonk mechanics, which ought to be interesting and different.
Yeah, Counter-Strike mechanics and just a smaller player count and a more tightened scope, generally.
Yeah.
So
it'd
it's
be
a lot more
funny-
fast-paced, hectic.
I think it'd be funny if someone made a mod for Half-Life where it was basically just Half-Life Deathmatch or Deathmatch Classic, but freaking Battle Royale in the Gold Source engine. That would be
Deathmatch
really
Classic
funny.
Battle Royale,
That would be
That
really
sounds like-
funny to me.
autism,
I knew you were gonna say autism.
concentrated autism beyond autism beyond autism.
Concentrated autism. It's like the freaking orange juice in cans where you wet it and wait for it to thaw and it turns into orange juice.
Yes.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You know, I don't know. But speaking of orange juice, how about pirating
Something
anime?
awful. That's what I'm talking about. Concentrated juice. It's
Like
a
100%
strange
orange
beast.
juice?
Hey.
That's my
100%
segue
orange
into
juice.
weep shit.
I tried.
What
Right.
about autism extract?
You mean like Unique Namosaurus's new video?
Orange juice
Yes.
extract.
Wait, I actually like
Take
this
it
new
aw-
video.
Yeah, take it away, Chief.
Alright, so Unique Namosaurus posted a new video called You Should Pirate Anime 2 in response to Mother's Basement's video saying, I don't remember the title of it, but it was Mother's Basement's response to Unique Namosaurus's first video, You Should Pirate Anime. In it, he goes by point for point in rebuttal against Mother's Basement's video. And it's a pretty good video. I liked it.
Yeah, it's
Mostly because I
fantastic
pirated
response.
it.
I think- Yeah, Jeff just has sand in his vagina. Like, come on, you fucking chill.
As much as I love his Jeff's videos, at all? I follow him on Twitter, and I think that's a mistake. I try to keep my Twitter both like evenly left-leaning and right-leaning. I think there's too much
That
of
is
Jeff.
interesting. Are you trying
think-
to go for a lawful neutral character build or something?
No, I like chaotic neutral.
Yeah, he can't be
I
lawful
get-
neutral.
I
He's
get the-
pirating anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably just down to not wanting to have a purely shit echo chamber, because
Yeah.
that's how bad opinions form.
Also, I noticed that both sides tend to only cover certain topics. This way, I can
Mhm.
hear a wider range of news. Because it's not just filtered to support only one ideology.
Yeah.
I would always pay attention to the news from both sides back when I paid attention to the news,
Oof.
which I no longer pay attention to the news anymore because I'm kind of just sick of it. I'll probably start paying attention to the news again later.
You become disenfranchised.
That's life.
But this isn't talking about anime.
No, nor his video.
Do I have any
Anyways.
notes for Unique Namosaurus's new video? No, I don't. Matt, you do though.
I have a lot, yeah, but it's mostly counterpoints I was just thinking in my head while watching the video, so none of it really fits, but I'll try to tackle some of it here.
I don't think I finished the video. Like,
I
I need to
sped
finish
through
it.
the last half of it on 2x speed.
I watched it twice. I would like to say that I don't think that his him using his Bayonetta 2 example is a fair example, because he uses it as an example of a company, Nintendo, hoarding the right to an intellectual property. Fuck, something fell. When that's not really the case. It's Platinum Games keeping that exclusivity as a thank you to Nintendo for being the only ones to offer to fund the project. So I think that while there is a lot of there are many different examples he could have used, and they would have been applicable. This one was simply not applicable. I do agree with him though that exclusives are shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck exclusives. I'm really glad that all Compra Hearts Idea Factory games do come to PC, even if they're not all good.
Speaking of
And they take a while.
exclusives, I want to talk a little bit about Little Big Planet.
Well, you shouldn't right now.
Yeah, not at the moment, Chief. That's
Yeah,
like
I'm just- I'm
that's like
gonna save
8 years
that for
ago, kind of
later.
a tangent. Hello,
'Cause we're,
2010. Relax.
We're still talking about that animes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm not
I
a-
know. I'm
on
putting that on the back
exclusives-
burner. I'm gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, on exclusives, how do you guys feel about Netflix and their exclusives that they commission for themselves?
Well, if they commission it for themselves, then that's okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I think he was trying to take shots at Netflix when they commission their own shows and all that kind of stuff. That, you know, Netflix should share it out. But I'm like, if you commission your own stuff, you don't have to share it out. You commission it for your own site.
I think
I would
the
never argue.
issue
I wouldn't
isn't
argue
so
that.
much if you're funding to produce something, that's one thing. But if you're then turning around and giving, someone money, hey, don't compete. Like, don't let anyone else have this. We'll give you extra money. That's shitty.
Like, I would never argue that Mario should be a multiplat. However, I would argue that Pokemon, for instance, should maybe be multiplat. Because it's not inherently tied to Nintendo's it's not tied to Nintendo's hardware that you need that hardware in order to play the game.
Yeah.
And it's not directly made by Nintendo. That
Is
might
Game Freak like second party?
I think
But
so.
yeah, probably not the
Yeah.
best example.
It's not the best example. It was purely on top of my head. Maybe a better example would be Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, because while Monolith is still like very
Wait, Monolith?
Monolith Studio. Let me get it. Let me get the thing.
Okay, sorry. You say Monolith, and I think of the guys who like made Fear and shit.
Monolith Soft. That's it. Not Monolith Studios. But Monolith Soft may be very Nintendo, but they're not exactly. They're a bit more distant than Game Freak is. So I might argue that Xenoblade Chronicles X and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Xenoblade Chronicles should be multiplats, but not Mario,
Yeah.
I'd argue,
I get that.
I'd argue that Bloodborne should be a multiplat, but I wouldn't argue that... What's a first-party Sony game?
God of War.
God of War?
Wait, no.
Really?
Wait, no. Is that...
I don't...
No. I guess, like... do they have any first party? I know there's like for example, the Naughty Dog games, like Uncharted and The Last of Us and all those. Those are kind of
Console
I don't
exclusive
know.
games.
Now that I think about it, the
Yeah,
only
and-
games that I want to buy a PS4 for are Weeb games or Bloodborne.
Yeah. Bloodborne doesn't need to be exclusive. Other things like God of War has always been tied to the Sony brand. So
Well,
it
I'm
would
not
be,
a fan
I don't
of
know.
old I'm not a fan of old God of War games, nor am I a fan of the new one,
Likewise, I don't really give a shit.
but
So,
for different reasons.
with the console exclusives, I'm not quite sure on this, but does Sony and Microsoft commission the games to be made for their consoles, or do they pay money to make them exclusive to the console itself?
I think in the case of like certain Japanese companies, in Sony's case, they pay for it to be exclusive. But I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say it'd be fine if they commissioned the game, like they paid the studio to make another game of that,
Like
world
Sony goes
universe.
to Naughty Dog and says, "Hey, make another Uncharted."
Yeah, and
they're
we'll
like,
pay entirely for
It's
it.
like it's the shit where instead of commissioned, it's just they're making a game and then, hey, here's money, make it exclusive.
Yeah,
kind of
Right.
crap.
commissioning it's fine. It's like commissioning art for your house. Like, you don't gotta post it outside so everybody can see it. But if you
Like what?
buy the exclusive rights to it so nobody else can see it, even though it's supposed to be public, it's pretty scummy.
Which is what Sony did to Platinum Games for Nier Automata's. They didn't make it an exclusive. They didn't pay Platinum to make it an exclusive Sony product, but they did pay Platinum to make it a timed exclusive Sony product. Then it came to PC and then eventually Xbox. Like a year later.
Yeah, and that's not as bad as having it completely exclusive, but it's still still a little
It's
scummy.
kind of gross.
I
Yeah.
I
And
don't mind timed exclusives that much.
Well, exclusives are the reasons why Crunchyroll, High Dive, Verve, what are some more one? Amazon, Netflix. I don't
Oh,
really
I was
like
talking
them.
about in the context of Vidya.
Well, we're using Vidya as a not a it's sort of
An
an analogy, kinda.
Remember the Nvidia Shield?
Oh boy.
I try not to.
But we're using Vidya as
Yeah,
that.
like how Unique did in his video, he tried to
To make it-
correlate
to make
that.
it to make it easier for to both make it easier for all of us to talk about this anime issue, and because Unique Namosaurus specifically used video games as an example, and so did Mother's Basement. But I think that the reason why I don't use stuff like Crunchyroll, Netflix, High Dive, Amazon Prime. I do have Amazon Prime, but that's for other reasons. To watch my anime is because, well, I don't want to have to buy every single service. That's not a competitive market.
No, because then everybody's buying the same thing. They're not fighting for.
They're not competing with each other
Yeah.
because the user has to buy every single platform.
All the companies went out, and the freaking consumer just pays more money.
When I decide between two brands of chocolate mix at the store, that's competing. That's a competitive market. When I'm forced to buy both because I want a very specific product that I can't get a knockoff of, because you can't get a knockoff of an intellectual property. I'm doing the same mistake that Unique did in his video now.
Congrats.
This is the future that liberals want.
You can't have You can't have store brand Made in Abyss. There's no like cheaper, maybe not as delicious but still passable substitute for Made in Abyss. There's no store brand Overlord. There's no store brand Zombieland Saga. It's either Zombieland Saga or nothing. It's either Made in Abyss or nothing. I can't only get Crunchyroll and still enjoy all of the shows that I want to enjoy. I'm forced to buy Crunchyroll, High Dive, whatever I have to, in order to get all of in order to enjoy my anime and participate in the weekly seasonal anime discussion.
Yeah,
I don't
I think we're missing a
think
good section of this whole situation, actually, because we're thinking that all these sites are paying the studios to make their to buy the rights to their exclusive content. Maybe it's the studios also forcing them to, do the lottery for their exclusive content to earn more money for themselves as well.
Is that the case?
It might be. I don't know, but
think-
it's a good idea. It's a good guess.
I'm not entirely sure that's relevant though.
Might not be,
if
but-
that is the reality of the situation, that's also kind of scummy. But that's I don't.
It all just
I'd
depends on
wanna
who initiated buying the exclusive rights.
I think I'd want a source for that.
Yeah, or if the companies, they were given, the offers for exclusive rights, and now they're just milking it for all they can.
Until
yeah,
I see
so-
any kind of like word about that, I'm gonna assume that it's not that
Yeah,
case.
it'd have to be a whistleblower situation for the whole dealings that go between companies.
If I'm understanding correctly, basically the issue is that they don't have to improve, the company or the service doesn't have to improve itself, because in order to be able to have a full selection of anime, you have to get all of them because of the exclusives.
Right, there is no competition, therefore there's no drive to become a better service.
Yeah, because people are going to buy the service anyway just to gain access to the exclusives.
Right. So
Yeah.
Crunchyroll can
Alright.
still use its shitty HTML player,
And
Without
throttle bit
any-
rates.
and throttle bit rates without telling the customer, without any fear of them going away, because, well, we're the only place you can watch that reincarnated as a slime. I think that's the only place you can.
Didn't you try to link
I
to a
just-
few other websites?
I did, and you should not mention them,
Yeah,
because
won't.
I don't want to face legal problems.
Ooh, woo.
Ooh, woo.
Anyway,
But,
there may be other sites you can see them on. Cannot confirm nor deny, but
No.
hypothetically.
I don't think you should cut it out. I think it's full. I think it's I don't think it's like a bad thing to say. Yeah, I pirate anime. I torrent anime. This is, I assume that most people in our niche hobby do.
Yeah,
I torrent downloading programs.
we just gotta hope the FBI doesn't get an erection for pirates soon.
Unfortunately, I am in the FBI, so
All right, relax.
Oh,
Chief, you're in
no.
the FBI. You could investigate a mouse if it died on your lap.
Piracy.
You could investigate a mouse date on your lap.
Oh god, I remember.
I just earned an achievement in CS:GO.
Good job.
Your argument's invalid.
I remember one time back when Black Mesa came out as a mod, you had an option to download it as a torrent, and so I think my dad got concerned because I was downloading a torrent, and he automatically connected it to piracy. So.
Oh,
But,
by the
you
way,
know.
I'm gonna buy a new VPN whenever I get my first paycheck back at work.
You're gonna use a NordVPN?
I think I'm gonna use private internet access, to be honest.
Oh damn.
Luckily, my boy Mutahar does deep web browsing so that I don't have to or want to.
So you don't have to.
So you don't have to get yourself into the weirdest parts of the deep web and possibly fuck your computer
And your
So
life.
yeah,
sideways.
What if
I'm
I want to
gonna
fuck my
lie.
computer?
I'm getting back into the private tracker circle.
Ooh.
Yeet. Public tracker.
Alright, have we tackled all of the
Oh
anime
yeah,
tracker.
deep web
points?
creepypastas.
Deep web. What is next?
I don't know, I have one actual thing, like, can we acknowledge that YouTube's still not making Google any money?
Yeah.
YouTube's
Yeah.
actually the largest, like, source for any internet traffic, and it's not making money.
I do want to, just before we leave, I want to say, if for some reason you are watching this and have not seen Unique Namosaurus's video, please watch it.
It'll
It's
be linked
good.
in the description.
It'll be linked in the description. Also, he is much bigger than us, and you should have watched it anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know how
if
you found us
if you
if
see
you
this
don't.
first, good
That's a-
good job, YouTube. I don't know.
Good job, YouTube. Promoting long-form content. Nice.
5 minutes after upload, we're on the trending page. Ooh woo.
That'd be cool.
That'd be fucking
That'd
weird.
make me
but
feel
yeah.
really bad about saying all the stuff I'm gonna later.
Oh god. YouTube, please.
Also,
Spare
we're
us.
only like half through, and we are 1 hour and 30 minutes in.
I know it's fun. I mean, we're probably like this
Man,
last time though. Last recording was 2 hours.
Yeah.
Let's
So
try to.
why is YouTube not making that much money? Is it the is it ad blockers?
You know, it's definitely
That's
probably ad
certainly why they-
blockers. Probably a large part of ad blockers. Their YouTube Red's not
Ad
really
block
that hot.
plus.
YouTube Red's kind of basic. Like, who actually uses YouTube Red?
I mean, I have a certain app that simulates YouTube, right?
Exactly. Like, few people buy YouTube Red.
Yeah,
And,
I
like-
mean,
My dad buys YouTube Red.
All right, your dad is just all kinds of shouldn't exist. Okay.
Your dad also refuses to have your Switch hacked because he doesn't want to not have access to the online content, but he also refuses to
That he-
buy the online content.
yeah.
Yep.
Your dad is retarded.
I think we all know
essentially
this.
his existence for the past 19 years is that.
I
We
mean,
want to move on to the next topic? or...
Yeah.
ad block plus. The internet kind of had it coming for all
Yeah,
those intrusive ads.
let's hit this doxing hard.
This is a short topic because I don't really have much information on the topic.
Ooh.
Nan Yan Cosplay, the hit or miss girl, got doxxed on 4chan.
Aw.
Not 4chan, 8chan.
Damn.
Hit
and-
or miss, you never miss, huh?
Yeah.
That sucks. No one.
Don't go to 8chan, I guess they're gonna get doxxed, huh?
I mean,
God.
that's what a
You're
chan
getting
is.
doxxed, huh? I don't go into 8chan, I go on its older brother. So I'm not really
Half
versed.
Chan.
Half
If
chan.
She's got a video on, but I don't want to watch
Well-
a video midstream.
Half chan would be Futaba channel 2chan.
There's very
No, no,
few
no, no,
links to this
no.
actual event, actually. I looked up Nyan Nyan doxing. There's only 209 results on Google.
Huh.
But from my understanding, she's no longer active as a result,
I mean,
which is unfortunate. It's bullshit. Fuck anybody
for
who did
identity
this.
theft.
Doxing is this horrible and gross. I wouldn't dox Mecha Hitler.
no. Yeah, there's literally nothing on the internet about this. Like, it's all gone.
But would you dox Todd Howard?
Well, I'm kind of glad that that if her information has been pulled from the internet, that's a good
Yeah,
thing.
or any posts about it or anything, really. Like, anything out there is very small. Like I added cosplay to the end of her name, and it only brought up 1,790 results. Like this is a very low event kind of a situation.
That really is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose not unfortunate because if she is, if she doesn't get information if she doesn't get a spotlight, then people aren't going to see that information, which is a
Yeah.
good thing.
Because then it'll just get re-released every single time it's brought up.
Maybe we're doing a bad thing by bringing it up.
It was short.
Oof.
We just showed no one
Doxing
cared
is
about it.
bad. Don't
Doxing
do it.
is- Yeah, you
Bad.
essentially need to be hanged and impaled
Yeah.
like Vlad the Impaler kind of level if you dox. That
Cowboy Bebop. All right, Cowboy Bebop. It's getting a live-action adaptation
Oh god,
on Netflix.
god.
Oh,
Sounded
boy.
promising at first, and then it I don't know, Chief. I'll let you speak on that one.
All right, so
Manga,
I don't
anime,
think-
Netflix adaptation.
was it Shinichiro Watanabe being brought on board? I don't remember.
Pretty
I know
sure.
that somebody was brought back from the original was brought back on board, but I don't know if it was the director. I do know that
Are you
All
sure
right.
it's a series or a feature film?
I think
Series.
it's a series. Yeah,
The site I'm looking at right now says it's actually going to be a feature film.
really.
Huh,
Yeah.
because I've seen a lot of talks about like episodes and shit.
No, I'm on the Hollywood
I've-
Reporter right now with it's supposed to be adapted as a feature film with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
No, dude, that's old news.
No,
wait,
that's
wait,
that's
wait.
that's not correct.
Wait a minute.
I'd prefer Keanu Reeves
That's a few-
being Spike.
No,
That
this was
that
released
sounds good.
November 27th. Is there newer news?
That's no. Keanu said that he would be totally on board, and I'd be totally on board with Keanu being Spike. That'd be awesome. That's
Hold on a
both
sec.
his dream. That's both his dream role and my dream casting.
Let me see if I can... Yeah, okay, yeah, it is going to be a series. Never mind. The Hollywood Reporter's old. It's going to be a 10
think-
episode live action series.
I think the only better casting for Spike than Keanu Reeves would be Danny Sexbang.
Yeah. They have Spike Spiegel,
Yes.
Faye
Oh my
Valentine,
God.
Jet
Yeah.
Black, and Radical Ed.
Here. Let me just drop this info on you. Jet Black. Guess what they did to him?
What?
Guess, Matthew.
I mean, I'm assuming he's African American now.
Yeah, they made Jet Black black.
I mean, I'm reading, so
I mean, okay. I mean,
I
it makes
mean-
sense.
Like
He-
that in of itself
let's be
isn't
real,
bad, but
he's-
like
What'd you
he's one of
expect
those
from
anime-
Netflix?
That's funny.
let's be real. He's
Jet
one of those
Black's
anime
not black.
characters that wasn't black, but he was black.
Yeah.
Like Piccolo. He's not black. He's green, but he's black. So I'm not really too upset by that. That actually makes me kind of happy.
well, yeah, I'm not upset. I just think I just thought it was on the nose.
It's funny because last name Black turns in black, you know.
Ha ha ha. I just hope that they keep like the film noir aspect of his story.
I hope so too. Well, he's an ex-cop and fed up with corruption system. Okay, he's gonna be a bounty hunter, so pretty sure it'll
Well,
probably
yeah.
stick.
It's Matt. Have you seen Cowboy Bebop?
No, I'm
You
definitely not into
really
the old
should.
cartoons, but I
Poor-
probably should be.
Nick and I are big fans of it, especially me. It
Yeah,
is my second favorite show of
it
all
ki-
time.
yeah, it kind of directly affected my writing.
For
So
Yeah, do you guys know who's writing this anime series on Netflix
We-
live action?
we do not.
Christopher L. Yost.
Who is
that name sounds familiar.
He wrote Thor: The Dark World and Thor: Ragnarok.
Ah, the best and
Uh,
the worst.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Netflix and Tomorrow Studios are co-producing it, as well as Midnight Radio and Sunrise, the studio that made the original anime.
Well, yeah, but Sunrise as a studio is kind of.
Yeah, and they're also having the original director as
mean-
a consultant.
Oh, Shinichiro Watanabe.
Yes.
Rad. I know I heard that, but I don't know if I didn't know if I heard it right.
Yes, yeah, this article I'm looking at was released 7 days ago.
I desperately want I desperately want the Pillows to come back and do the soundtrack
Mhm.
because the only good part about the Fooly Cooly sequels were the soundtrack, and that's even debatable amongst some people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Fooly Cooly.
Oh
Is gonna
boy,
tell all of you to watch Fooly Cooly.
I'm gonna tell
Fruity
you to
tooty
not
ass
watch
booty.
Fooly Cooly 2 or 3, but watch Fooly Cooly 1.
Progressive, more like regressive.
Ooh,
Oh!
that's a yikes, Chief.
But yeah, I've got all of Fooly Cooly. Well, I meant to say Cowboy Bebop, but the same sentence can be said for Fooly Cooly. I've got all of Cowboy Bebop on DVD in my hand right now, and
Shit,
it's
I
good.
got Bebop. Fucking, I just bought Blu-ray of it.
Well, I don't own a
few
Blu-ray
days
player,
ago.
so maybe you should die.
Ooh.
Hey,
Ooh woo.
I mean, let's not forget
don't
what
make me.
Netflix did to Death Note and Full Metal Alchemist, though. Like,
Oh,
Netflix has a
God.
bad record of screwing up animes with live actions.
Also, I don't remember what the source was, so this could be just my ass or a fever dream, but
His ass.
apparently it could end up being just a shot-for-shot remake of the Cowboy Bebop show, interspersed with like scenes from the Cowboy Bebop movie, Knockin' on Heaven's Door. Because apparently the opening scene, the first episode, plays out a lot like Knockin' on Heaven's Door opening. They're doing not an assassination. They're capturing a bounty who is robbing a grocery store, and then Spike's in the store. He does some cool shit, and eventually the target gets away because this is a Cowboy Bebop scene, and nothing ever goes right in Spike's life.
If they're doing it shot for shot, it shouldn't be too bad unless they fuck up the choreography.
If they do it shot for shot, I'll hate it. I don't want
If
to
they do it shot for shot, it'll be a waste of time. But I feel like if they deviate from the characterization, it'll also be bad. What they should ideally do is go for a the deal with Cowboy Bebop. It's kind of an anthology of a bunch of unconnected stories following our main characters just kind of being there,
Like-
going after a new bounty.
For any given episode, except for the one that's a parody of Alien, or the one that's not Alien. Is it Alien? Am I thinking of Alien?
Yes.
It's Alien.
Yes.
The one that's a parody of Alien, the first episode. No, not even the first episode. Any given episode besides the parody of Alien or the last 2 episodes, they're not really about Spike and the gang. Spike and the gang are just the lens through which we view the story of that episode. We are actually seeing the story of so and so, the heavy metal queen, the guy on this moon that just wants his sister to be well, so he gets tangled in the crime syndicate. This child with immortality, a chess master who, though he is mentally gone from this world, several years ago he set up this intricate game of cat and mouse. These are the stories that Cowboy Bebop tells. It's not the story of Spike and the gang, until of course the very end, where they finally have they finally confront their past, just as they've seen these other characters do time and time again. And I don't really want to see that. I don't really want to see these stories again. They've already had their time to shine. I want to see new stories, but with the same, but again through that lens. I want a remake, and I want deviation. I want it to be expanded, if anything. If that makes sense. I don't want to see Spike change, but I don't want to see Spike.
All it ideally
retold.
should be is literally just more, but in a it'll just be it should ideally be an art style shift, because it'll be live action.
style.
But it should be
action an art
this.
style?
Well, I
It's a
mean,
medium.
fuck, it is now. For all intents and purposes, what I'm arguing here. Because, yeah, it's the fucking easiest series to go back and add more. Like, oh, here's a bunch of other adventures that happened off
It
screen.
really
More.
is because of how
I just love
open-ended
that
it
word,
is.
more. Love
It
the
is
word more.
Stop. I don't know what you're doing, but stop it. But it's genuinely the most open-ended premise that you can ever use to explore somebody's story. Is just bounty hunters in space going around, seeing other people's stories unfold. That's it. You could go to Mars, you could go to a moon, you can go to Ganymede, you can go to Earth. Doesn't matter where you go, you can always find a story. And I just want to see more of those stories, but expanded upon through through the lens of these characters. And if they give me that, I'll be happy. And I think that's not too hard of a thing to do. I don't think I'm asking too much. I think that they very much could do a good job with this. But I'm worried that they won't.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a very good track record at all. At least for Netflix itself.
I do remember hearing more bad things, but they didn't stick in my mind, and I'm just going to try to ignore them. That way I can enjoy, or hopefully enjoy, this product in front of me whenever I get it.
Hope it works out.
Hope to be pleasantly surprised.
I hope to be pleasantly surprised, yes. I'm going to go into it with no expectations.
That reminds me of someone's justification for being pessimistic is optimists are always disappointed, but pessimists usually expect bad things to happen, and when they do happen, they're okay with it. But then when good things happen, they're pleasantly surprised.
I dig that.
Yes. I
Reason
feel
to
that
be a
energy.
pessimist versus an optimist.
What's next on the agenda? If we're done with Cowboy Bebop?
Next would be Video Game Awards recap and thoughts.
Rad. Alright.
Ooh.
Now, I only watched the supercut, so... see, I
watched all of it.
figured, the Video Game Awards, they don't matter. I don't care.
They didn't. They
Um,
really didn't.
So I'm not gonna watch them. And then I realized, wait a minute, it's content we could talk about.
Though I think
So
they're
I
good
watched the
for is just
supercut.
fucking the trailers.
I watched the supercut, and I'm very happy with some of the trailers. By which I mean Devil May Cry and The Outer Worlds, which I want to talk about, and also Persona 5.
Ooh, I wanna
Rage
talk about
2
the Outer
looks
Worlds.
so good. I can't wait for Rage 2.
Yes.
I
Oh,
know
hold
nothing
on.
about Rage.
On the topic of Rage 2, I just want to say my dad was giving me shit because I think he had seen like the trailers and shit and was bitching to me like, why isn't it co-op? And I'm like, well, I don't know.
Why do old people always want co-op in games?
To be fair, I always want co-op in games.
Yeah.
But he's like, why isn't it co-op? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I guess it probably just doesn't, really fit the vision of the game. They don't want to put man hours towards it, and he's like, that's bullshit. It's just like Borderlands. And
Get out.
I started shitting because it's just like
Mac said the same
Borderlands
thing.
is
They're just shitting.
Mac wanted fucking
Borderlands.
co-op too.
It's fucking Borderlands is fucking Diablo, but as a Mad Max looking fucking shooter. Rage is an open world. It's an open world shooter. I think what makes Borderlands is the writing and the very core like it's fucking Diablo. It's a shoot and loot.
Mhm.
You take the fucking shoot and loot, and it's not exactly Borderlands anymore. It's not a core Borderlands game anymore. And he keeps telling me it's Borderlands. It's like, it's not fucking Borderlands!
Your dad's conception of most things is very small anyway.
But there's vehicles, and it's post-apocalyptic, so it's Borderlands. Man, I'm sorry. He fucking said that. Salty.
Oh man, dude, Borderlands is just Fallout in space.
God, stop.
Can we shit
People are
on
actually-
that all the fucking streamers that were nominated this year all were Fortnite?
Ugh.
Every single one of them?
I don't I'm not too familiar with all the nominations. I just
Uh,
know that I voted for Spider-Man for Game of the Year.
there
The
was
more that I don't think about Fortnite, the better.
every single streamer nomination this year, every one of them had Fortnite in their gameplay during the Game Awards.
I think that you're the only one who watched the Game Awards, so give us a full recap from chronological,
I
you know,
couldn't do
whatever.
chronological exactly. All I know was that it began out. They gave out a few basic awards for
I
games in
know
certain genres.
I know Game of the Year was
God of
God of
War.
War,
Yes, I love that.
unfortunately, and oh,
It was either that or something else. And
and I
Red Dead
know
had
that
already had like 20 awards from that night.
Best RPG out of the nominations, only 2 of them were actually RPGs.
Hmm.
Uh,
Game Awards was a
Uh,
hot mess. Everything's pretty basic. I know there was a few nominations. They did do a speed round a bunch of rewards. Like every like 20 or so minutes, they'd speed round like 5 different awards and just hand it out and leave. There was some awards they had some guy just walk up and talk for like 2 minutes. In between that, they did game trailers. There was a lot of game trailers that were pretty cool. Devil May Cry was nice.
oh, Devil May Cry was sexy. I watched that
Yes.
on repeat.
The Rage 2 one was great. There was a lot of other ones that were interesting. A lot of indie ones that were decent. Um, Stanley's Parable's coming out with a expansion that they marketed as a whole new game. So
that
that's
is very
interesting.
fuck?
surprising to me.
Yeah,
I thought I
yeah.
saw like a bit of that trailer of Lampshaded. What if we resell the entire thing as a new game?
It feels like that. Yeah, but that's exactly
And
what they're doing.
Stanley tried to escape the room, but he
Yes, it
couldn't.
was hilarious. That's what they're doing is they're just adding more stuff into the game and then gonna resell it as a whole new game.
I'm a pretty big fan of the Stanley Parable, so I find
Of
that
course you would
interesting.
be.
All right, Stanley, you have no
I
parable.
I
Relax.
like my walking simulators, okay?
Let me see if I can
I
get.
like my British humor.
I like
That's why-
Stanley.
That's why I watch Monty Python on repeat.
Stanley.
There
Anyway.
was a lot of people who came up to the stage. I know, was it Todd Howard? No, it was somebody else. One of the game makers came up and talked a little bit.
Is
Ninja came
Todd
up.
dead
No,
yet?
no, he's not. No, it was
Damn.
it was the maker of Fortnite who came up. Or no, it was the CEO of Epic Games. I think it was. Yeah, he came up and did a speech.
Fuck,
Ninja
what is
obviously
his name?
Ninja obviously came up and did a speech. Far Cry New Dawn's coming out as well.
Oh, I did see
Mortal
Ninja
Kombat
and
11's coming out. Let's talk about that tragedy of a fucking trailer. So it
I didn't
opens,
see it.
yeah, it's really cool. It opens up, and then they're doing this fight between Snake and whatever. You know what music they play in the background? Guess. Somebody please guess.
Is it some like really fucking shitty like dubstep?
It's 21 Savage. It's the fucking man who did Bank Account. And like it's just rap. It's just a bunch of rap in the background of these fucking guys fighting it to the death and breaking each other's shit in. And like you're playing 21 Savage right now. Like there's literally infinite amounts of metal you could have played to fucking back this up. But no, it's 21 Savage.
The only thing that I know
Wow.
about the new Mortal Kombat game is that one of the old voice actors for one of the old characters tweeted out, I guess this is one way to find out I'm not going to be voicing so and so in the new Mortal Kombat. Which
Yeah.
is an audible oh.
Oh yeah, they're also making a Stranger Things game based on the next season of their TV show, which no one asked for.
Considering each season is getting worse, I'm not too excited.
Yeah. So it's like it's a top-down 16-bit action game coming to consoles. So
Ah.
something literally nobody in the world asked for. If there's somebody out there who actually asked it for it, I'd like to hear your voice and then, never hear it again. Because
Hi, I'm
literally,
a Stranger Things. I'm a Stranger Things fan, and I played the Stranger Things phone game to completion. It was bad. I hated it. I kept playing it for some
yeah,
reason.
and they thought that was a good idea to make it into
I didn't
consoles
ask
now.
for this.
Yeah, people who play games and like your show, no one asked for this. Don't do it. Stop, please. It's time to stop.
Desist.
I know there's gonna be. They announced the first character pack for Smash Ultimate.
Well, it's Persona 5.
Yeah.
It's Joker.
Yeah, Joker from
Um,
Persona 5.
It's to shill Persona Q2. which I'm okay with.
Mm-hmm.
Smash Bros is just how many advertisements can we fit into the game? Like
Yeah.
looking at Smash 4's DLC, it was an advertisement for the new Fire Emblem game. A character that should have already been in the game. I think an advertisement for something new with Street Fighter. An advertisement for Bayonetta 2.
They're also remastering the old Crash Bandicoot Crash Team Racing game.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so they're doing that. Devil May Cry 5, Psychonauts 2, Anthem.
May
They
Cry
did
was,
an Anthem world premiere there.
Psychonauts.
They
Oh yeah,
Everything's falling over here.
They did a whole intro on the new Player Unknown's Battlegrounds snow map. You know how they have like slots in the like streams and videos and stuff on TV for ads?
Yes.
That was
PUBG
it,
bought
but
2 ads back to back for their fucking map mid fucking
Gross.
stream.
Who the
Oof.
fuck cares?
Yeah, Fortnite did a thing with their Epic Games. They did a thing on that. They added in something in the game where you could it's a creative mode where you can build like small sections of the game, like a small town, and they'll now be featuring people's stuff inside the main Fortnite map. So
Okay, that's cool.
yeah, so do
That's
that
really
what you will.
fucking cool.
Yes, and people will be voting for it. Like the people will choose what shows up there.
Oh,
I do just want to say for the record, I am salty about Epic basically officially canning Unreal Tournament 4 for Fortnite. That breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that they did. I forgot about that. I saw a
Makes no
lot of
money.
shit posting about it on V.
Here's all the award winners. Game of the Year goes to God of War. Also, Best Game Direction goes to God of War as well.
Gross.
Red Dead won in this order. Best Narrative, Best Score, Best Audio Design, and that seems to be it. Maybe. Hold on.
I don't know about best score. What were all the nominees for best score?
I don't think I have a list for Best Score nominees. Oh no, all I have is winners right now.
Because I know we got some good fucking soundtracks
Yeah,
this
there
year.
were some nice ones. I know there was a few. Esports stuff. Best student game, that was interesting. Combat 2018. Content
know,
creator, obviously went to Ninja.
Sonic Fox won best esports player, right?
Best esports game went to Overwatch somehow.
Oh, that's a fucking riot.
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
We'll get to the atrocity
Money.
of the esports player here in a minute.
Well,
wanna
Sonic
be
Fox is a pretty
I'm
cool
already
guy, actually.
here.
His speech
Like,
was fucking horrendous.
Yeah, his speech was horrendous. They kept trying to tell him to wrap it up with the cue cards.
God,
Did you
I wish.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't, but I need to.
It's like in the background. There's a thing that says "Please wrap it up." But I
They should
didn't know
broadcast it
anything
the first
about it.
time.
I didn't know anything about him. I heard about him because I follow some Tekken gameplay, Tekken tournaments because I like Tekken. But apparently, he's a really cool guy who donates a lot of his money, his tournament proceeds to charity, and to friends and just even his rivals in the fighting game community. His speech was horrendous, though.
Yeah, Red Dead also won another nomination for best. No, not nomination. Yeah, I would guess
Award.
nomination. Yeah, for best performance was Roger Clark and Arthur Morgan as one of the characters. So that's another award that goes to Red Dead. Forza won best sports / racing game, despite all the fans of those soccer games.
FIFA blown the fuck out.
Yeah, FIFA got fucked up. Cloud9 got best esports team. Yeah, Sonic Fox's fucking video was. I was literally ready to kill myself as soon as he walked on stage in that fursuit.
Well, think about it like this. He's excited. He's young. He's like around our age. He's just slightly older than some of us. He's Day's age, really.
Oh wow.
And, yeah, he's a good player, and he's a really nice guy. He was totally baiting for a reaction in the last bit.
That was
God,
the
he
biggest
really
bait.
was.
Yeah. I'm gay, I'm a furry, and I'm black. Basically everything a Republican hates.
Yeah.
Even though there's massive Republican furry communities.
Yeah.
I don't know. what
Republican
you're talking about.
furries. Ha!
That legitimately go Google Republican furry
There are
communities.
literally Nazi furries.
There are
dude.
Nazi furries. And
Oh
they're
yeah, I know.
a big thing, and it's kind of gross. It's like my two least favorite things in the world: Nazis and furries.
I don't know. I just want to hear how people of the other communities that are not furries, felt being represented by that person when he came up on stage. Like
And
his first 5 minutes made me want to cringe and die.
it was cool whenever I think he won Evo, was it? And he went and tweeted out the best fighting game player in the world is a gay furry. That was cool. Doing that right
Mhm.
then,
Yeah.
the way he did it was really cool. Going on stage and saying I'm at the very end of his speech. Was it the very end?
Yeah, it was
Again, I
literally.
watched the supercut.
Yeah, it was very close to the end.
Even edited to be shorter, it was exhausting. But it's just the way he did it. It was cringy.
Yeah,
and
it was begging for attention.
yeah.
It's like, wow, here I am. Please take shots at me so I can be more popular, and I
I
can
like.
hone the
So
news.
I
Oh
think
man.
I like the guy, but I dislike that speech.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's just a
This-
super wholesome dude.
The YouTube comments though, big angry.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what. We'll see if he doesn't have any controversies come out, because furries don't have the most pleasant community for fostering not toxic people.
Furries are.
Yeah, it is the most mixed bag. Like you have some of the best people in there, but also like real fucking actual
Yeah,
degenerates.
literally some of the worst.
You have everybody from the best musicians in the world to corpse fuckers.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
honestly
literally.
the worst bag you could ask for.
Oh
Even worse than the
god,
Fallout bag.
what's his name? The guy who literally well,
Caro the Wolf.
yeah, that guy. Oh god, what a shit. There's a special place in hell for people like him.
It's a very divisive group
Yeah, it was not a
and
nice time.
diverse.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at it. You have the best fighting game player in the world, and also corpse fuckers.
Yeah, just the end of his speech was just taking shots in the dark, because everybody knew what he was, everybody saw it, and he's like, I'm just going to call this out in words and hope everybody shoots at me so I can shoot back.
I do want to point out it is big dick energy to like tell Reggie to move out of the way in a fursuit.
Oh my god.
That was cool. I like that.
It's fucking intense.
That's,
It is.
that was so huge mixed bag there. I love the guy. I hate that speech. He's got both big dick energy and small dick energy. He's like yin yang of dick energy.
Yeah, you talked about RPG games earlier. Monster Hunter World won Best RPG.
Why?
Don't know.
Because
What
T
the
likes it.
hell?
Why?
Don't particularly care, but it sounds like a bad idea.
What were all the nominees again?
Again, I don't have a list.
I'm gonna Google it.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that Monster Hunter World was an RPG, but that's mainly because I don't know anything about Monster Hunter World.
I mean, technically Destiny 2 is an RPG as well, but I don't think that's the kind of RPG games that should be in the
The only
RPG
thing
category.
I know about Monster Hunter World is that T and Tim and Koi play it, and T screams.
Dead
Yeah, I
Cells
was
won
gonna
Best
mention
Action Game.
T screaming. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Best Action Adventure Game went to God of War, obviously. Nice.
Best role-playing game. Dragon Quest 11, which is not really a role-playing game. I am a big Dragon Quest fan though, so. Monster Hunter World, the winner. Ni no Kuni 2, again, not really a role-playing game. I don't really count JRPGs as RPGs because they're usually not RPGs. Octopath Traveler, pretty good game, rather forgettable, also not an RPG. Pillars of Eternity 2, don't know what that is.
Poor Jason has arguments with people about whether or not something is an RPG all the time.
So it sounds like none of the RPG games that were nominated weren't actually RPGs.
Pillars of Eternity might have been, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, Pillars of Eternity is it's an old school isometric RPG
That sounds
by
big dick
Obsidian
energy.
Entertainment. Yeah, it's not. I haven't played it, so I wouldn't know cup of tea. But it's like old school. They went back
9 out of 10 on
to
Steam.
make.
I'm gonna look into this. This sounds good.
Let's see what else I can pick
Monster Hunter
apart.
World is.
Forward to Outer Worlds.
Oh yeah, Outer Worlds looks really good. I'm I like.
I think it's
I like-
funny. The scientist in the trailer, when I first saw him, it's like, oh my god, this is.
It's like a
Yeah.
Doc Brown character.
Oh yeah, the guys who made a No Man's Sky, Hello Games, they're making a new game called the Last Campfire.
I won't buy that.
I think it's
At
actually a
first I
game
thought you
though.
were gonna
Hold on.
say Hello Neighbor, but that wouldn't have made any
No,
sense.
they're calling it a Hello Games short. So I don't know if it's like an actual game or just like a mini interactive video or something. I don't know.
I won't buy it.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth getting.
They have burnt me enough.
Don't play with fire, kids.
Um,
Or with
spent-
Sean Murray.
I pre-ordered No Man's Sky. Oh,
Well,
But,
I mean, at least it's good now, right?
it's okay
Uh,
now.
it's workable now.
It's
Listen, guys,
workable.
it's okay. It's okay that Fallout 76 is bad. I mean, No Man's Sky was bad when it first came out. It will improve, right?
Tim, relax.
God, I defended No Man's Sky. Ugh. I feel disgusted. Anyway, I'm gonna look into getting Pillars of Eternity 2. I'm gonna immediately download it.
Yeah. Anybody know what Celeste is?
Celeste is good.
Yeah,
That was
it-
a very good.
It
It was a
won.
2D platformer.
Yeah, it won Games for Impact and Best Independent Game.
Apparently, Yakuza 0 is cracked recently,
Whack.
or it got a new update. I don't know why it's big and cracked
Also, can we
news now.
let's talk about the fucking small little conspiracy theory that was going on during the Game Awards. Because the reason why my chat, that usually not my chat, but the chat I was moderating, for a Borderlands YouTuber had over several hundred viewers, nearly 1,000 near the end, had so many viewers was everybody thought that Borderlands 3 was going to be announced that night.
Psh.
All based on, tangential hints from Randy Pitchford's Twitter. Because he used the letter 3 a lot recently.
I
number
Man,
three.
fuck
nothing
Randy.
about that.
Yeah.
Wait, did you just say the letter 3?
Yeah, I fixed that. Post, after when everybody was talking, I said number 3.
Okay, I just.
I
meant
prefer
the
letter.
3.
Yeah, so yeah, according to everybody, since he uses a lot of 3s, obviously Borderlands 3. Let me
Well,
just
that
go
sounds
to
Fucking
dumb.
derp.
yeah, let me go to his fucking Twitter right now. Also, he got a fucking bunch of shit after the Game Awards just because of that.
God, it's just like Half-Life 3 all over again.
Randy's following in the footsteps. Oh shit! Actually, Jake, you should check out the no clip document I sent you. It's relatively recent, and Randy actually plays a pretty big part in it.
Oh, I should not
Okay.
torrent that now.
Oh,
That's a
well.
bad idea.
It's really neat.
But
It's like
can
an
we
hour
talk
and
about
40 minutes.
can we talk about that new what's it called? The Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
That looked really cool.
Yes.
From the creators of the original creators of Fallout and from the creators of Fallout New Vegas. They are burying Bethesda. And
They're creating space game.
As it's a space game from the creators of Fallout and the creators of Fallout New Vegas.
Literally
The
just
good Fallouts.
The good
just
Fallouts.
a
We made
far-
the good
it's-
guys.
Yeah, here's
Some
some of his
people are
whack
saying
tweets.
it's like a far in the future sequel to Fallout New Vegas after the Mr. House ending.
It makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, here's some of Randy's tweets that everybody was trying to misconceive. November 29th. My to-do list today has just 3 things on it, but I also have 3 meetings scheduled for before 3 p.m. Is the universe telling me something? And then November 30th. Fun fact, today is day number 334. Yesterday was 333. Blah, 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 blah. Everybody will lose their minds when the year flips to 3000. Everybody's like, wow,
I
lots
think-
of 3s, Borderlands 3.
Well, yeah, Randy's being cheeky.
Yeah, and then everybody goes to shit on him, and he's like, wow, you're all dumb.
He even made the comparison of he compared Borderlands 3 to Half-Life 3.
That's what I keep
at some
saying.
point. He's just memeing.
Borderlands 3 reveal machine broke.
Anyway, I'm actually kind of curious about some of the Outer Worlds mechanics. Like, for example, is it going to use the special system? Or something similar to it? because
You mean like normal ability scores in any role-playing game?
yeah, but the it has to use some main attributes
Well,
because
it's most
RPGs have to have main attributes, but
most role-playing games and stat-based games that call themselves RPGs used ability scores such as what D&D uses.
D&D.
Yeah,
yeah,
because the special system is just based
special
off
system
of.
is originated from that thing. Anyway, I guess I am curious about how similar it is going to be to Fallout, because it does appear to be the speech system appears to be essentially the same as New Vegas' speech system, where you can have certain speech checks that are based off of your skills.
Oh yeah, remember the other day when I was telling you guys about in the chat the Instagram person who doxed somebody because they made that short Snapchat video with a little racist comment in it?
Nope, but put this
I
image
don't
that I
remember
just
that.
sent in the video.
Yeah, anyway, so I had reported that post for, doxing and harassment and bullying.
Oh, I remember that now.
It definitely went through. Yeah, everything that I reported has been removed now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good. Doxing is shit.
Yes, I reported everything I could
Good
find
work.
that was anywhere close to being
If
harassment and
you
bullying.
dox, you're a thought.
Yeah, guillotine should be instituted for doxing.
I saw this boat in half.
Doxing is for thoughtseize. Anyway, more
But
outer
I'm.
worlds talk.
Did you hear about the flaws system?
Like the fears and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear about that. I am wondering how that's gonna work, because I think there's a certain element of it that should be optional, or based off of something that you're doing wrong, because I think that forcing the character to be, scared of something might be a bit detrimental to the role-playing thing.
Well, it's a purely optional system.
Okay, good, because
Like a little prompt comes up and says, "Do you want to have this as a flaw?" However,
You get bonuses. It's kind of like
you
traits.
you get you get debuffs whenever you do this thing that's tied to this. However, you also get an extra skill point or whatever.
yeah, I think that's interesting. Uh, because something that might be interesting as far as the fears system is concerned uh, is
Flaws.
yeah, or flaws, but it includes fears, right? Just
Well, its fears are flaws.
okay, so yeah, flaws include fears. I was thinking something that I probably would have done is probably make it so that fears would develop if you got your ass kicked by things. So if things got your health to a really low value, and that happened a lot, and you just had a really big issue fighting a particular type of creature, you'd eventually develop a phobia for it, because it kicks your ass every time you encounter it.
But
But that's
that
not,
brings it.
that clearly does not
was go-
appear to be how it's working then.
I was gonna
Well,
say that doubles back around to like the role play aspect.
Yeah, because if you're just
yes.
really fucking bad at the game, then yeah.
All right, let's move on to
Well,
YouTube
then,
Rewind
what?
now that we've been on Video Game Awards for half an hour.
That's fair. So YouTube Rewind, it's keeps with the tradition of being terrible, just absolutely awful. Dear God, nobody
So is someone
liked
going to
this.
make a actually accurate version of YouTube Rewind then at some point?
Somehow they
I
keep fucking it up even
Because that
worse.
always happens.
like it didn't
Well,
have
not
any.
Smosh for sure.
It didn't have any allusions to PewDiePie, Logan Paul versus KSI.
Oh no, they did have PewDiePie. I mean, they had his chair.
Oh yeah, no, that's all thanks to Jaden Animations, and I'm pretty sure that slipped in.
Wow.
Because I would like to point out that there is a very small section of YouTube Rewind that is good.
Oh shit! Hold on. I think there's actually a countdown right now. People are gonna wait for the 2018 rewind to out dislike Justin Bieber's Baby.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But it is, and this pains me to say it, the In My Feelings challenge segment of the YouTube Rewind. It is the only part that feels similar to 2013's Rewind
Damn.
because it showcases the YouTube animators, which are good. They're good.
Luckily,
I mean, most of them are good.
every time a shit rewind comes out, someone eventually creates a video that is basically what YouTube Rewind should have been.
Yeah, but
That will
whenever
be made.
whenever I was watching that bit, I got a short flashback to 2013's YouTube Rewind where it was what was it? It was the Prancer Size lady, and also the band that did What Does the Fox Say? And while it was awful, it was also accurate, just like this segment was.
Can we acknowledge that even though Justin Bieber's Baby is the most disliked YouTube video on the site, it still is going
also-
positive in liked or dislike ratio?
Yeah, it's also one of the most popular liked videos.
And YouTube Rewind is now down by a 2-to-9 ratio on likes to dislikes.
But there's just nothing. There is nothing similar to what actually happened this year in YouTube Rewind. It's just a watered down, filtered what trends were popular on YouTube Kids this year? Oh, Fortnite.
Yeah, literally YouTube Kids, because everything else was popular wasn't even in there.
The Logan Paul versus KSI match. Yeah, it was rigged. Yeah, it was uneventful.
But it was a big
there
part
was
of the
so
fucking
much-
scene.
There was so much hype behind it, and it was admittedly a big thing. You can't really say, oh, we controlled the rewind either, whenever Casey Neistat, who in the rewind screams, oh, K-pop, yay!
That was
Comes
cringy.
out and says, wow, what a fucking train
Wait,
wreck I was just
so-
part of.
I haven't really heard anything about KSI for a long time.
Nobody has.
Yeah, he fell off
So,
as soon as the
the-
fight was over.
Hmm.
The KSI versus fucking Logan Paul.
Yeah, they both fucked off as soon as the fight was over.
I mean, Logan Paul came back to tell people to pie,
I mean, yeah, that too.
but
Everybody was doing that though.
well,
Wait,
it's
what's
the last
what's the YouTube channel that's about to beat PewDiePie?
T-Series.
T-Series.
Literally all of India.
India.
Well, all
What
of
does
India
T-Series
is
even do?
they're a company. They're like a music company. They're India's version of Vivo.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have like small little apartments where you can just stay for a night if you subscribe to T-Series as an Indian person.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Indian YouTube accounts are automatically subscribed to T-Series,
Which is whack.
why they.
Something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, and it is very much PewDiePie being the last bastion of YouTube being
Humanity.
run by YouTubers versus by corporations.
Oh
Which
man.
is- Probably why so many old media companies are so hot on defaming him.
Yeah.
Earlier, earlier Koi was telling me that PewDiePie gave a shout out to a neo-Nazi.
Which is
Okay,
Yeah,
listen.
this is a box of
Mm-mm.
So
chocolates.
I want to talk about that because I have no idea what's going on.
All right, I've seen the videos. I know what's going on.
I know what's going on too.
Nick and I know what's going
subscribe to
on.
that guy.
So, PewDiePie's been doing this whole thing to subscribe to himself, or have people subscribe to him. And recently came out and said, okay, stop subscribing to me. Here's a list of 28 different YouTubers who also, would appreciate your subscribes. And at the very end of the video, like the very end of the video, he has a little thing where he says, oh, this guy who I linked in the description, I subscribed to him for his anime videos.
His anime video
It's-
essays.
Anime
It's
videos.
fucking ER.
Mhm.
It's
It's
ER. yeah.
ER.
And all the websites go like, wow, let's investigate every single thing PewDiePie just said. And they somehow find that he's like a fucking neo-Nazi dog whistler. Like he doesn't go like make neo-Nazi videos, but he dog whistles to like neo-Nazi topics and talking points in his videos.
So
ER
so
is a huge
yeah.
fucking shithead,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, so you even if you wouldn't even know that he's a neo-Nazi or learn anything about neo-Nazis unless you were already a neo-Nazi and could spot the dog whistling. And he
Or,
literally
I
only
will
suggested the
say-
fucking
Bullshit
YouTube
anyway.
channel for his anime reviews.
And PewDiePie did remove like he edited the video in post
Yeah,
because apparently you can do that on YouTube now. It is
Yeah.
cool.
Oh wow, that's
to
surprising.
not include ER in the video, and he also removed the link to him in the description of that video.
But
yeah, he made
just
a video
poor
today.
PewDiePie, he's accidentally built up this reputation and just mountains of shit that makes people easily able to accuse him of being a racist. It's
Yeah.
Well,
horrible.
it's
They're watching him like a fucking hawk.
it's
Yeah,
not that
they're watching like a hawk and waiting for him to mess up even a little bit.
it's not
even
that
not at
that
all, and
he's
just- Frame him for something.
it's not that he messes up too much either, because to err is to human, he messes up a lot less than most people do. It's just that anytime
Yes.
he does, it gets thousands upon thousands of hit pieces, calling him the next Hitler, because
Like-
he is the face of a new generation of media, and the old generation of media hates that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
So, I think let's see. There was the one incident where he said the N-word while
On the
playing
bridge.
PUBG. He called, yeah, on the bridge incident. There was that thing with Fiverr where he had like the
Subscribe
Guys,
to Keemstar.
yeah, subscribe to Keemstar. And now there's this fucking thing where he did a shout out for ER, and like it just. They take those and they run with it, and like they're in complete fucking bad faith, you know, painting him as like this fucking neo-Nazi piece of shit, and it's just like, really?
Yeah, and
Are
I'm
you
honestly
shitting
not
me?
surprised that Koi brought this up because one of the weird, I guess, ticks that Koi has is that he really cares about neo-Nazis for some reason and is horrified by them. I mean, they're disgusting, but he's like almost paranoid that they're gonna take over the world. That's kind of the vibe that he gives off.
He's
He
white,
probably
though,
should
right?
have been playing. Well, here's the thing. Next time, don't let Koi play Wolfenstein. Like, I'm pretty sure he played a little bit too much of the New Order, and that's why this is happening.
Is he afraid
He
he's gonna
got
have
drunk and
milkshakes with
played
the
the New
clan?
Order.
Like, Jesus.
He got drunk and played Wolfenstein: The New Order, and he thought it was real.
God.
Oh, poor,
I'm having
Koi.
milkshakes with the clan, Jake. They ordered vanilla and I wanted chocolate. They don't even serve chocolate here. What the heck is this?
God, poor Koi became the butt of a joke, didn't he?
Yeah.
And it's all my fault.
Oh, we should like actually start putting these in the post of not the post of the day, the Don't Steal channel.
Yeah, you're right. I'll link some of those once we're done here.
Oh, can I real quick shout out to Nightheart Reviews, my friend Brandon over there. He's gonna be putting out a video on reviewing Little Witch Academia, the first OVA, and he's gonna be doing videos for the second OVA and the big ol' series.
Yeah, drop the link and I'll add that in the description.
I will. It's,
His content shit. Don't watch it.
It's he's cool. He's got a shit mic, but he's cool.
Yeah. Subscribe and get a better mic. Alright,
Let's just give a shout out to someone who's probably more popular than us.
literally anybody.
Yeah, he is actually, I think.
Wow, yeah, I expect a shout out in the back. Or
He's also got a comics podcast
if I don't get a
coming
shout
out,
if I don't get a shout out back, I'm gonna be angry.
and he's subscribed to us. He's one of our 6 subscribers.
Yo, we still at 6. Hold on, give me a hot second. Also, we're moving on to the last topic of
Moving
seasonal
up in the
anime.
world.
Moving up in the world.
Well, I think I'll leave the seasonal anime to you guys.
I don't think we have to talk about seasonal anime, considering,
I can't talk about seasonal anime because I don't know shit about anime.
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, also, you... Oh, I just want to, like, say Hajime no Ippo. I had the hankering, the craving to watch a classic, and I figured what's that one about the guy who boxes? Oh yeah, it's Ashita no Joe, and I went to watch Ashita no Joe, and I was like, wow, this isn't the one. So I watched Hajime no Ippo. I mean, Ashita no Joe is about boxing, but it's got an entirely it's like the entire opposite main character. Joe's an asshole, whereas Ippo is just the nicest boy. Like he bows in the ring to the audience and his opponent. What just a pure boy.
Honor.
I'm loving it, and it's inspired a love of boxing. And like now that I can recognize some of the
I thought Punch Out did that for you.
no Punch Out inspired a love for arcade machines.
What about One Punch Man?
One Punch Man isn't boxing at all. It'd be a boring boxing show.
Oh god, yeah.
Just punch dead.
But now that I can like recognize the different types of punches and the different strategies that boxers use, I can watch actual boxing, and it's really cool. Like, I think everybody should get into actual boxing. It's cool.
Nice.
So my
Hey,
Brandon,
Nick, want a
who
box?
Brandon, who I shouted out before,
No!
has been trying to get me into Rip.
We're gonna
I've
have
been
to we're gonna have to tell everyone about that eventually.
This is gonna be a weird story
Goodbye.
for a different day.
Yeah, now we're down to the trio.
Down to the trio.
Is there
But,
any more topics you want to tackle?
Nope.
I just
No.
wanted to continue talking about Outer Worlds, but that's already gone.
Yeah.
Hajime no Ippo is good. Outer Worlds good. YouTube Rewind is bad. Smash Bros. Ultimate is good, but not without flaws.
Orange Man bad.
Orange Man
Yeah,
bad.
we didn't talk about him today.
Orange Man out of the news. Orange Man might get sued because Orange Man's lawyer's being interrogated.
I don't know
Oh,
anything
that
about
was-
politics.
Orange Man.
I
Take it
just
by
watched
the
Ben
hand,
Shapiro.
make it
Okay,
fun,
I get what I get.
man.
Jesus Christ. The Wares the Wares NX community is in shambles and is rebuilding itself slowly. That's the Switch hacking community.
Mhm.
Good shit, bad shit. This has been on for an hour and a half, 2 hours and a half,
2.5 hours. Yeah, we're pushing
2.5
it.
hours.
We need to stop going on tangents. I
We need to
swear.
stop.
I want to blame Jake.
But I love going on tangents.
There he goes again. God dang it, Jake. I'm
Hopefully
gonna
next time I'll have finished Crosscode so I can give a proper review of it.
gonna mail Nick to you with a bomb. I swear.
Matt,
I
you need to
probably wouldn't
actually
go on-
catch up on the shows that we're watching
I
together.
know. I just don't want to fucking. I just need to find the websites that actually show them all. You know,
I'll send them to you.
thick.
I would probably stop going on tangents so often if the topics that were listed I could talk about more than half of them.
I mean, you could always throw
Like-
some in there if you wanted.
Yeah, like what you do. We talked about more than 10 topics,
Yeah,
but only 10 are listed.
yeah. We somehow arrived at probably like 20. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
fucking put little
I
slides
thought,
in
I
for
thought it was 11
each
that were
main one.
listed.
We didn't do season.
Well, we only
anime.
talked about 10 of them.
Yeah,
But
Because we
not
didn't
enough-
talk about seasonal anime.
yeah. Not enough of us watched
Right.
seasonal anime.
all right, so we can like keep talking about this like after we
Yeah,
sign
we
off.
can.
So
Yes,
this has been the LoveTubCast. We've been your hosts, Jason,
Matthew.
And Jake.
and come back to the tub sometime. Goodbye.
See ya.
See you.